Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our special report. Today, we delve into a story that has kept royal watchers, political analysts, and the public alike engrossed for years, a saga that features accusations, denials, and a constant battle for relevance within the rigid structures of the British monarchy. We are, of course, talking about Prince Andrew, Duke of York, and the persistent whispers of his ultimate exile from royal life. But is it just whispers? Or is the ground beneath him truly shifting? Before we dive into this fascinating news, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our exclusive royal updates and insights. The concept of a royal exile might sound like something from a historical drama, a consequence of political coups or monarchical disagreements. However, in the modern British monarchy, exile takes on a different form. It's less about banishment to a remote castle and more about removal from official duties, public life, and the privileges that come with being a working royal. It's a slow, often painful, stripping away of a public role, and for Prince Andrew, this process has been playing out in plain sight for several years. The catalyst for Andrew's dramatic decline in standing is, without doubt, his association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. For years, their friendship raised eyebrows, but it was the full explosion of the Epstein scandal and the harrowing allegations leveled against Andrew by Virginia Giuffre that truly set seismic events in motion. Giuffre's claims of being trafficked and sexually abused, coupled with Andrew's now infamous BBC Newsnight interview in 2019, created a public relations disaster of monumental proportions for the monarchy. That interview, intended to clear his name, instead did the exact opposite, drawing widespread criticism and disbelief. Following the backlash from the Newsnight interview, the public pressure quickly became immense. Within days, Prince Andrew announced he would be stepping back from public duties. This was a significant moment, a formal acknowledgement that his position was no longer tenable. But that was just the beginning. The legal proceedings in the United States, culminating in a civil lawsuit filed by Giuffre, ratcheted up the pressure even further. Despite Andrew's continued denials, the monarchy, and indeed Andrew himself, faced an unenviable choice: battle it out in court, risking further reputational damage, or settle. Ultimately, a settlement was reached in February 2022. While the terms were undisclosed, it was widely understood to be a substantial sum. However, the financial aspect was only one part of the equation. The reputational damage was already done, and the settlement served to close one legal chapter, but it by no means absolved him in the eyes of the public or, crucially, within the royal family itself. Perhaps the most definitive step towards Andrew's effective exile came with the removal of his military titles and royal patronages by the late Queen Elizabeth II in January 2022. This was a stark and unprecedented move. Being a military man was a significant part of Andrew's identity, and these titles were deeply symbolic. Their removal sent a clear message: he was being formally distanced from the institutions he once represented. Furthermore, he was no longer permitted to use the style His Royal Highness in any official capacity, another powerful signal of his diminished status. The question then becomes, what does this future look like for Prince Andrew? It appears to be one of increasing isolation. While he remains a member of the royal family by birth and still holds the title of Duke of York, his role as a working royal is, for all intents and purposes, over. We have seen very limited public appearances, and those have primarily been in family contexts, such as the funeral of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, and the coronation of King Charles III. Even in these instances, his presence has been carefully managed and often relegated to a less prominent role compared to his siblings and other senior royals. The future of his residence, Royal Lodge, has also been a subject of great speculation. Reports have often surfaced about discussions regarding his living arrangements and whether he will be able to maintain residence in such a prominent property. Such discussions underscore the ongoing process of realigning his life to reflect his dramatically altered status. This situation, while unique in its specifics, highlights a broader modern trend within the British monarchy, a move towards a more streamlined and, arguably, more accountable institution. Under King Charles III, there has been a clear emphasis on a smaller, more focused group of working royals. Those who cannot contribute positively to the monarchy's image and mission, or who actively detract from it, face significant pressure to step aside. Prince Andrew's situation serves as a stark example of the monarchy's willingness to make difficult decisions to protect its long-term stability and public perception. The monarchy, as an institution, relies heavily on public trust and goodwill. When a member is embroiled in controversies of this magnitude, the collateral damage can be substantial. The actions taken against Prince Andrew, therefore, are not just about him as an individual, but about safeguarding the reputation of the entire institution. It's a delicate balancing act between family ties and the demands of public service and expectation. Therefore, while a formal, literal banishment from the country is unlikely, an effective royal exile has already taken place for Prince Andrew. He has been systematically removed from the core functions and public face of the monarchy. His life has been irrevocably altered, moving from a prominent figure to a peripheral one, a consequence of his associations and the subsequent public outcry. The question is no longer if he is on the brink of royal exile, but rather how complete that exile will ultimately become. We will continue to monitor this evolving story. We invite you to share your thoughts and perspectives on these developments in the comments section below. What do you think the future holds for Prince Andrew and the monarchy? Your insights are invaluable as we navigate these complex and fascinating royal narratives.